Live from the planet Lotron. Thomas Game Podcast. Hey, what number this is? I don't even know,
29?
man. Is it? I think it might be 29, man.
Is it number 29?
I don't know. But either way,
We live right now
yeah,
because
yeah,
we
live,
don't even
man.
know what
Listen,
number
man.
we on.
I feel like we've been in the 20s for a long damn time.
We on number 29 because last week we talked about episode 28, which was how much should you compromise in your relationship.
You sure this episode? Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. You was right there. Episode 29. Shout out to all the lovers, baby mamas, baby daddies, singles, friends with benefits, all that good stuff.
Wives.
All the husband and wives, all together. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I go by the name of
DJ Realm Life.
And my beautiful, lovely best friend, co-host.
They know my name. It's just Tiffany. They know my name. It's just Tiffany. His better half, y'all.
How you doing this evening?
Good. Hungry. So we gotta speed this thing up.
No problem.
How
Thank
are you?
I'm good. No
You
complaint.
hungry?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So people out there listening, if it's your first, or if you've done this before, and you just ain't do it yet, subscribe. YouTube. You want updates? Hit the damn bell. Subscribe. Also check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and other listening platforms as well.
Go ahead and do it now.
It won't cost you a damn thing. Just do it.
You mean to tell me it's free?
Absolutely free.
Oh, man.
Can you believe it? You ain't gotta pay for nothing, niggas. It's free. That's it. So, you want to get it right into it?
Well, first, wait. I have some announcements that I want to share
Whoa.
with
Hold
everybody.
on, what you trying to do?
Well,
So you want to
this last weekend was my favorite girl, my baby girl, our oldest 13th birthday. We officially have a teenager.
Uh-oh. Virgo season. Shout out to all the Virgos.
Man, this is a busy month. Your birthday was Labor Day weekend. Tamaya's last weekend.
Shout out the other day, Swiss Beats was his birthday as well.
So many people, man.
Shout out to the greatest MC in the world, the God MC, Nazia Jones, a.k.a. Nasty Nas.
Let's just think about this, though. Let's name all these celebrities that we know of that are Virgos. I mean, Beyonce,
What'd that tell you?
Michael Jackson.
What'd that tell you?
I should have said Michael Jackson first.
He part of that clique. What'd that tell
Tyler
you?
Perry.
Virgos rule.
Go ahead and I knew you were going to do that. Anyway,
Shout out to Tyler Perry.
we're just going to leave it at that because the list goes on. But I'm also excited to let you guys know that our oldest will be launching her first virtual business. Well, it won't be virtual, but the launch will be virtual.
Absolutely.
So if you guys are listening and you follow us on Instagram and you want to join the Zoom, the virtual launch, let us know, DM us, message us, email us, and we'll get the link out to you guys. We really want you guys to be a part of it and support her. She's been working really hard. She's so motivated to do this. That's what I love is how motivated she is. And I'm so excited. So you guys get ready because we're going to be promoting the hell out of it.
Shout out to her.
Oh, and I have one more special announcement. Also, shout out to one of my good friends, our good friends, one of our loyal listeners, Jennifer Lewis. She released her third book today, Manifest 365. If you guys have not heard of Jennifer Lewis, I post her all the time. We're one of my really good friends, the most positive, humble person that I've ever met.
Shout out to sis, man. We got to talk because my long-awaited book has to come out. So we got to talk. But congratulations to you on your second book.
Third book.
Third book. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Congrats
first book was My Transformation. Second book was Kiana's World. Third book, Manifest 365. Out today. Go to KianaNicole.com or Amazon. Get your order today.
Matter of fact, we'll even put the link on YouTube in the description page. We'll put that link on there
Yeah, I'm so excited for her.
when the video posts.
All right. So now we can get into what we were going to talk about.
Okay. And while you opening that up, if you're listening, if you want us to go over a story, whether it's yours, somebody else's story, and you want us to go over it, you go ahead and email us at thethomasgang2020@gmail.com. Again, that email is thethomasgang2020@gmail.com.
All right. Go live. So I want everybody to hear this story that we found on social media. And we want to know what you guys think about it. So, again, once you hear it, if you're listening to it on YouTube, leave a comment. Tell us your thoughts.
All right, before you read it, we came across this post. We on IG Live right now. We came across this post. Shout out to Al, homie Al. And he put this on his story. And we immediately said, hey, we got to talk about this. So you go ahead and read that, read the post that we saw.
Okay, and then as people coming in live, I may read it twice, so
Yeah.
just bear with me, guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
So anyway, here's the story.
What's the story?
I'm 28 years old. My parents died when I was 14 years old. I dropped out of school because no one could afford to pay my fees. I met a guy when I was 17 years old, and he sent me back to school. He sold fruits on the street so that he could pay my school fees.
Hustler.
He later got a job as a truck driver and sent me to a university. I'm now working as a lawyer. My problem is that I feel I can't continue with this relationship because this guy is not the type of man I would like to marry. Excuse me. How best can I tell him that he is not my type without hurting his feelings? I'm grateful he sent me to school, but I can't be in a relationship with him anymore.
Steph, what up?
I want somebody in my own class, not a truck driver.
Steph,
That was
what's
the
going
end
on?
of the
That's the
story.
end of that?
Yes.
So, ladies first, tell me what you think about that story before I say what I have to say about it.
Man, I don't know. It's so much to say about
you
this.
know. You know that.
I really want to know more. Like, how old is this guy? Because if he's, to me, I'm just gonna speculate. Sounds like an older guy that pursued a young girl. I don't know what he expected was gonna happen. You're pursuing a young girl. That's the difference when you go after young girls and not grown women. I feel like, you know, that's pretty bad for her to decide she wants to leave him because he's not what she considers up to
Her standards.
I guess. But he did put her through school, and from 17 to 28, that's a long time to be with somebody.
11 years to be exact.
Yeah. But, you know, I think he went into it trying to entice her with money, tried to play her, and he got played. And she found a sucker and licked it. That's what I think happened.
In the words of Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Huff,
she got
what
a
up,
sucker
homie?
and licked it. I mean, licked it good, too, because she got what she wanted out of it. And I guess he thought he was going to get something in return. But, again, that's what happens when you pursue these young girls.
Let me look on IG Live. Steph says she's wrong. Explain, Steph, why you feel like she's wrong. And while you're explaining that, I agree with you, Steph. I would say she's wrong on that. Now, we don't know what, they don't say the age.
Yeah, they don't say his age.
Right. So we don't know what he expected out of it.
Right.
It sounds like grown man behavior. This doesn't sound like the 19, 20-year-old who just graduated, who go back to the
19,
school.
20-year-old
Right, who go,
nobody
yeah,
through school.
right, that's my point. This is not that guy. So
it's an R. Kelly situation, but
so-
she played him.
this is the grown man. So he probably thought, hey, I'm doing grown man stuff. He's wrong
Or
because
a
he
little
met.
girl.
Well, she's 17.
A little girl. She's
She-
still young.
She in a year she'll be an adult.
Mentally, she's still a young
She
little
is,
girl.
but legally
She's-
she's an
this is
adult.
not a grown
so,
woman.
No, she's not. But 18, about to be 18, she's an adult. He's probably wrong for doing that, but he probably thought, I'm doing what these young guys are not doing for you. This is a grown man
Right.
thing. I'm looking out for you. We've known each other for 11 years, and maybe we could have something serious. This is probably what he thought. It doesn't say this on the post, but this is probably what he thought. My only issue is I don't, if you ever change your heart, that's fine. I have no problem with that. My only issue is when you say, when someone's put you in a position and then you say, you're not on my level, you're not on my standards,
right.
you're not on my class
I'm a lawyer.
anymore.
He's a truck driver.
That truck driver money
now
help
she
you.
putting him down. Right. That is true.
That truck driver money
That
help
truck
you to
driver
get where
money
you at.
help you
know what I'm saying?
get where you at. But I
that's
guess it's
only
all
my-
about status because now.
Todd, what up? All right, Steph says, be down for the people that's been down for you when you were at your lowest. Hold on, let me give you some of that. That's all I'm saying. She has a right to years later be like, you know what? This is not working and whatever, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. But don't put nobody down because now you at a higher point, a higher standard, and now he's beneath you when he's the one that helped you.
But that's a good point. I didn't think about that. She worried about him being a truck driver, but yeah, that truck driver did put you through school.
That's my point. And truck drivers make a lot of money.
That's a good point.
Todd, tell me what you think about it. Thanks for joining, man. So that's my whole thing behind that, and it's a lot of that goes on.
But again, that's what happens when you're going and you're pursuing little girls and not grown women.
Well, grown women do this as well.
But again, and this is another thing, maturity is not an age, it's a state of mind. So
True.
again, you
True.
have
Hold on, let me give you
to
some of
know
that.
who you're dealing
Give me
with.
some of that. Over there, you dropping jewels over here. That is true. And this ain't a little girl. This is a
So
28-year-old.
not only is she, but I'm just saying when they started out, she was 17.
She was 17,
So
yeah.
in this case, not only was she immature in the mind, but she is still a young girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying I would like to know more about him and how old he is, because
Yeah.
this to me seems like a typical sugar daddy case, R. Kelly kind of situation.
I don't get
Someone, because I feel like a lot of older men try to entice young girls with
that.
money,
True.
and they feel like they have like mind power over
Yeah.
them to get them to do what they want. So I do this, she gonna do that. But in this case, she turned around after she got what she needed. Now she's leaving you. So I think the tables have turned.
Let me see.
But-
Todd said she's gonna reap what she sow. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I don't get.
You can't use people. That's the
Yeah,
thing. You
that-
cannot use people.
That's what I feel this is. I don't feel like this is a sugar daddy situation.
No.
You know, depending on what age he is, but I don't feel like this is a sugar daddy
Right.
situation.
No, that's just what I got from him,
sugar-
because I don't know too many
Let me-
young guys
let me tell
that
you-
would do what he did.
No, they won't. They won't.
That's why I said
That's why I said.
sugar
Yeah,
daddy.
that's why I said in the beginning. This is not the typical 19, 20-year-old who just graduated, goes back to school, because that guy is just gonna take you to the movies or to dinner because a girl's young and dumb, and they be like, hey, nobody else in the school has a car, so I'm gonna go with him.
Right,
This
and
ain't
that's the
this
good
guy.
ones. That's the really
Yeah,
good ones. That's even a
those-
stretch for the 20-year-olds, because they just trying to hit it and quit it and move
That's
on to
it.
the next.
Because a girl at that time is dumb. Be like, oh, he taking me to TGI Fridays and I'm cool. But
These
I
high
don't.
school girl want TGI Fridays. These old bitches want shooters and Grand Lux.
Yeah.
And
So I don't get sugar daddy vibes. Sometimes sugar daddy just give you money, and that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? This guy, I feel like he was trying to get something afterwards because
he was trying to get something. I mean, it doesn't really go into details about him, so we could
Yeah.
speculate all day long about
Yeah.
what his intentions were. But I'm just saying, to me, it just sounds like that, because he met her at 17 and right off the bat offered to put her back in school. Like, to me, that sounds like you're trying to buy her now. To me, that's
I
just
don't
my
know.
opinion. That's just my speculation. At the end of the day, I think how she's going about trying to end the relationship is still wrong.
absolutely.
You know, she's 28. She does know right from wrong, but I just feel like you kind of knew what you was getting yourself into.
Absolutely.
You're dealing with a little girl.
Well, let me see what Steph said before I answer that. You have grown people doing that. It ain't
Right.
just an age thing, exactly. At 17, even though your mind is young, you're old enough to know that you're not supposed to deal with an older guy.
Right.
Let's just keep it a buck. That's just what it is. Now, she was in a situation where she lost both her parents. Now, I'm not gonna say she figured that out on her own. Maybe somebody older here put a bug in her ear. Maybe her grandmother. Maybe her aunties. Maybe somebody else. Because they say that, hey girl, you ain't gotta like them. Just get money out of them. Like women, some older women tell their daughters that at a young age.
I mean, there's a lot of ways you can start in that story. I just think that for most 17-year-old girls, you see somebody, an older guy that's flashing money and offering to do stuff, you're going to take the
You're
bait.
gonna run to it, but
You're going to take the
but
bait.
you know that you should not be dealing with an older man. You know
But
that.
like you said, she's 17, about to be 18, so she's about to be an
She's-
adult.
She's almost
But
an adult.
I think that as him being an older man, to me, I just don't understand why he even pursued the girl anyway. But I get it. He's a man, I guess. I don't know. But
Maybe he really liked the girl.
my only problem, like you said, with this whole thing is how she's going about ending the relationship.
Let me see. Todd says that guy going to get her Capri Sun.
A Capri Sun.
Oh Lord, let me.
Not a Capri Sun, a juice box.
A juicy juice.
A
moose
juicy juice.
Oh man. Yeah, that's just
That's
my,
how, but seriously, that's how, like, these little perverted guys, that's how they get little girls. Like, when
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
seeking little girls, like, I had it happen to me. Like, a guy came up to a car,
Uh-oh.
and I guess he thought I was younger than I was, and he over here flashing a lollipop trying to get me to come to his car.
Yeah, you got perverts out there. you know.
But, I mean, again,
But
I
you-
feel
and-
like you
and it's going
still
for
have
11
to,
years.
right. You still have to, you can't treat people that way.
No.
You know what I mean? And if that's what you're looking for, that right there should tell you how immature this girl is, because now he might be a good guy. You know what I mean? This guy put you through school.
He might be.
You know, and you're talking about this is not the kind of guy that you want to marry.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's an immature person.
That's my only thing with this whole story. I mean, we don't know how old this guy is, you know. So it's not good that an older man is pursuing the young lady. You know, that's the issue right there. But for her to say what she said, and again, this happens a lot. This happens a lot where you hear stories of whoever it is, they'll be with you from the beginning, and then when that person get on, you're not on my level no more. I've had conversations with men, one man in particular, where he told me if I ever make it, that the people who I'm around, I'm not gonna talk to them no more. And I was like, why? That's bird behavior. If anything, you should inspire them. You don't get rid of them because you had a higher status.
But you know what? It's sad to say a lot of black people think that way.
And the person was black, but and I was just like, that's not how you think. Like you don't dismiss the people around you because now you made it and you don't. Right. You inspire them. Now, if you try to inspire them and then they still don't want to do anything, then you let them go. Right. But you don't just up and leave. Oh, I made it. I'm out. Peace. Like when I hear a lot of women do it, I hear men too, but I hear a lot of women say, hey, not all women. You know, you're not on my status. If you're not on my status, I can't talk to you. You know, so is that?
I don't think. So what I want to add, people should settle when it comes to standards.
Yeah, I want to ask real quick. Now, is that high standards?
I wouldn't even say high.
What is that?
I just think that if you know what you're looking for in a relationship, you know what I mean? You don't want some guy that doesn't have a car and doesn't have a job or something like that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
We're not talking about them kind of guys.
But you're just talking about a regular, I mean.
We ain't talking about nobody that's not working.
I'm going to be honest. I probably wouldn't date anybody who sold fruits on the streets.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me see. Steph says white people do it too. They love from, and I get the rest of that. But no. If you have your choice, but we're just talking about, let's say, a guy that works, he's a manager at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? He may not be balling, but he has a legal gig. And then she end up being a lawyer or being something. Right. She's gonna dismiss him.
You know, sometimes it's not always about what you're doing, but the potential. You know what I mean? I don't think that people should look at status as what they're doing, but the potential.
But that's the way of the world. Ambition. That's the way of the world.
Right. And I get that, but that's just how some people look at it, and that's fine. That's their choice. You know, they have that right. But in this case, I don't have a problem with what she's doing, but how the reason why she wants to end the relationship is kind of cold. It's absolutely cold. Now, if she just got to the point where she was just like, she don't want to be in a relationship, she doesn't owe him anything.
She don't owe him a damn thing. She can leave. Yeah, she can leave.
But the simple fact that you felt like, okay, this man
he's beneath me.
Beneath you now.
That's wrong.
And you a lawyer and he's a truck driver. I mean, to me, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's a legal gig.
Because now you're letting society dictate who you're dating. And you could be in a real happy situation, but because you feel like he's beneath you because you're a lawyer, I mean, to me, that's somebody with an immature state of mind.
You can meet another lawyer and he's a jerk. Like a lot of times, a lot of those guys that.
But that's something she's going to have to learn. She hasn't learned. She hasn't had any experiences.
Karma is undefeated. It's coming to her. This is something,
and she's going to look back at this situation and be like, damn, I messed up a really good thing.
And don't want to do men versus women, but I'm going to say this. I don't see a man doing something like this.
I see the man being a jerk. Women all the time.
Yeah, I see men who have the money.
So what do you mean something like this?
A manager at Walmart, he's not. Oh, I'm not talking to her. She's beneath me. She's not in my status.
Because a man is usually the person that you look to provide. But there are men that will use a woman that's taking care of them, that don't work.
Yeah, that's why I said I see more of them as a guy who has money, but like, you know what? I'm paying for everything. You got to do what I say. It's more of that than. Oh man, she work at she the manager at TGI Fridays. She know my status.
That just depends on what kind of man you talking about. You talking about them real sadity men. There's some bougie men out there that feel like some women are beneath them.
They white. Let me see. Todd says, I will date a woman that sells fruit. No, you won't. You won't do that, bro.
But the thing about it is, that's when it goes back to the last episode when we talked about roles and gender roles and what a man is a provider. So it's a different outlook. It's a different perspective when you're trying to switch those roles now.
But this providing is just more than financial status.
It is, but that's what society and that's what they're talking about, providing, meaning you most in a normal world, you're not going to find a man that says, I need a woman to make more than me so she can take care of me.
No, that's not that. Well, in these days, a woman is going to make more than a man.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
So
a man don't go into a relationship looking for that. If it just so happens to be that way, okay.
But she's just dead wrong. Truck drivers make good money. You know what I'm saying? It's a legal gig. Now, if he was a drug dealer, she would want to date him.
But I don't even think it's about the money. It's more about the status. She's a lawyer. He's a truck driver. So it's not like a real... In some people's mind, that's not a real career.
And he could be the nicest guy in the world. And a lot of...
But that's the thing. He met her at 17. She hasn't been through anything. From 17 to 28, she's only... Right. So this is something that she's going to learn.
Yeah, she will be.
You know, and it's sad to say a lot of people end up in situations like this. But this is something that you only learn from your mistakes. You have to go through things in order to grow through things. She hasn't grown. I mean, at 14, she lost her parents. 17, she found this guy that willing to pay for, you know, her school and get her where she needs to be. So now she started to be introduced to the real world.
Thank you, IG, for joining us. We about to be out.
Was that all who was on live?
No, we good. We could catch the rest of us on YouTube. So thank you for joining. Peace out. And then people on YouTube, leave your opinions, comments. Let us know what you think. All right, what we got up next?
Let's get into one of the topics that one of our followers wanted us to discuss. Looking into two things real quick.
Real brief.
One of them, we asked them what was the topic you guys would like us to discuss, and they said, what was your first fight about? And
people out there listening, if you haven't, you can also follow us on Instagram, the Thomas Game Podcast.
So do you want to get into what our first fight was about?
I know exactly what it was, our first fight. Actually, it was
silly, but
if I'm not mistaken, it might have been on probably a day before my birthday, September 2nd.
It was New Year's.
Was it New Year's? Yeah, you're right. It was New Year's. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, basically, you was at my place. Was it the first time you was over there? It might have been.
No, because I was over there for your birthday. Your birthday was the first time I was over there.
Okay,
New Year's Eve, which was a couple of months after your birthday, we was drinking, and it was that time of the month. And you posted a picture of me without me knowing. And it was silly. I can admit to when things, get a little out of hand. It was silly, but that was our first fight.
Let me do better. Let me do better than that. I gotta.
You don't have to get into the detail.
No. I gotta paint the picture because you didn't have story. Yeah,
they've heard this story before.
So I'm gonna do it right though. Yep, I posted a picture with her phone, and she was knocked out.
Was it my phone?
It was your phone. I had your phone, and you was on the couch knocked out, hair mess. It was just bad. Looked bad. Posted it. You woke up, saw it. You was furious. Got mad. I'm like, I was just playing, which I was just playing, and left. And I was like, what the hell?
Listen again. Y'all know how it is, ladies. And fellas, when it's that time of the month, every little thing irritates us. You know that. But it was silly. We did get into a fight about it, but then it's like, after I came down off my, my little high.
What happened?
What happened? I said, my bad. I apologize. That's it.
No, and came right back. Came right back over the next day.
Listen, you guys, everybody's gone through their little silly arguments. Some not so silly, but you're going to have those moments. And, we thankfully can look back at it and laugh.
Yeah, it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was a little silly stuff.
You had to be there, though, because
yeah, that picture was bad, man.
It was bad. And I was like, no, he didn't.
Yes, I did. It was pretty bad, though. But, yeah,
He always do that. He always get people sleeping, and then we want to post it.
So
no, I do that now. Yeah. I had to get you back.
But, yeah, that was just really pretty much that's it to the story. It was nothing crazy. It was no silly. So, yeah. So, YouTube people.
Let us know what y'all first fight was about, couples. Let us know.
let us know. What else we got?
And really quick, somebody else wanted to know if social media is the number one cause of suicide, teen suicides.
Did it say number one? I don't think it said number one. That just says,
Yeah, I kind of just reworded it, but I
Yeah.
think that's pretty much. I don't know if it was the leading cause of teen suicide, but let me see. Is social media causing teens to be suicidal?
I think that's one. I think that's one reason.
Yeah, it's so much pressure. That's why I'm telling you, you guys have to check your kids' phone, check their phone, check who they're talking to. And just, it's gonna surprise you some of the things that you see, but it's better to know than not know.
Right.
And if your kid is going to be on social media, you have to have that talk with them about the pressure that comes with it, the responsibility that comes with it, not being influenced by people and pressured by people, especially your peers, because peer pressure is like
At all time high.
yeah, way worse than what we've had it. So our generation, like us as parents, we're dealing with this. Our parents never had to deal with this. So this is a first for us, and it's a first for them. So you really have to talk to your kids and just go through their phone. You're going to find some shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to find some shit that you're going to be like, damn, this is my child.
The main thing is, as a parent, like you said,
And I'm telling
we
you
have
right
to-
now, brace yourself.
we have to talk to our children every day. Not only
Yeah.
talk to them, but tell them that we love them. To
Tell
the
them
point
that you
where,
love them.
to the point where whatever anybody else says, it doesn't matter.
And they have to be able to come to you. So when you see it, you can't automatically just freak out. I mean, you're gonna, depending on what you see.
And
You
all-
have to see things and be open-minded and have conversations. Man, I'm telling you, conversation is the most important thing that you can have so that your child knows they can come to you in a crisis because they need help. They
Yeah.
don't know.
You have to tell them every day that you love them. You have to. They should not rely on social media or anybody else
Right.
to reach out for love. Like these kids are a lot like adults are substituting likes for love. And when you're doing that, that's a problem.
And not only that, is people are mean on social media. People are so mean. They say some mean stuff, and it's like everybody can see it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's hurtful
I
and it's
was-
shameful.
I was one of those older people that, was like, oh, just turn the phone off. And I still kind of feel that way. But it took me to watch that 13 Reasons show that was on Netflix to be
But
like,
that's running from the situation. You're not even addressing it. By turning the phone off, you're not still addressing
Yeah.
the problem.
yeah, that's why I said until I saw that, I really got to understand that how serious it is because it's everywhere. It's in your first period, second period, throughout the
Right.
entire school. So
And talk to your kids because that was a good series. If you guys haven't seen it on
Yeah,
Netflix,
13
Reasons
Reasons.
Why.
watch that with your children.
Yeah.
But also, if it's up to me, I feel like children shouldn't have social media until you get to. I feel like it should be 17
But
older.
that's a hard thing to control because everybody around them has social media, and sometimes those parents are not checking. So even if you log off, there's still things that's going to be done and said about you that will get back to you, even if you log off. So it's like you still have to kind
Well,
of.
you have to have that conversation with your
Yeah.
children. Let them know that first of all, children are going to be cruel. They're going to say good, bad things about you, and just you have to have some
And
kind
everything's
of
on video. So
Yeah.
something that could have happened that was humiliating to your child could be on video. And these mean ass kids can post it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm that parent. I will fuck a kid up about mine.
All right. Oh, I believe you. So yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm that parent.
Children, if you see other kids pulling out phones, move away from it. You know what I'm saying? Get to the point mentally that it don't matter what anybody says about you. That mentally you're that it's easier
Yeah,
said
you
than
gotta
done.
teach these kids to
It's
be
easier said than
mentally
done.
strong.
Yeah. No matter what anybody says to you, words don't hurt you.
Because it's not going to stop at their age. It's only going to get worse the older that they get. So
Yeah.
actually now is a good time for them to go through it and to deal with it.
I thank God I wasn't in this era because either way I would have, stepped to you in your face if you said something about me. But
But it's more than that because more
It-
than just saying stuff. Now, if you did anything, you could be videotaped and you don't even know it. And people are posting this. You know what I mean? Like, that is shameful. And some kids don't know how to deal with shame. Some people don't know how to deal with humiliation. And they feel like they can't live like the rest of their life and they want to take their lives.
Well, they say it starts from home. I still say that children shouldn't have no social media. That's one less thing they have to worry about.
But if that's the case, no child, like they need to put a restriction where no children under the age of 18 should have social media.
I agree with that.
Because
That's
it's
one
hard
less
to
thing
say
worry
that
about.
your child can have it, but yet their peers have it, and things are still going to go on regarding your child, whether they're logged in or not.
Hey, such and such said this about you. Oh, I don't have Facebook. I don't have it, so whatever.
But it's
You
still
have to have it
going
like-
on.
You have to have that attitude. And hey, if you get to that point, step to that person. What you said about me, I don't have that stuff. What you said about me, say it to me in my face. That's how you gotta be. We ain't got time for that. Like, no children. It's enough going on in the world. Peer pressure, sex, all kinds of stuff, drugs.
Yeah.
Social media is just pushing it even harder for kids. So I feel like they don't need to have it. You need to concentrate solely on school. You got to deal with different personalities. You got to deal with different teachers. You got to get
But
your mind right
You're
on
still
school.
learning who you are as a teenager, right?
You don't need social media.
And these kids are so insecure about how they look. They don't have any confidence. So
media.
that's something, again, that you have to instill in your kids. You know what I mean? And of course, they're going to say, well, you're my parent. You're supposed to say that. No, just keep saying it. Keep encouraging them.
Every day. Every day. How you feel about yourself is a state of mind. And when you get to the point where you feel a certain way, it don't matter what anybody say about you.
Yeah, but as adults, we know that. But that's hard to just say
Yeah, it
that
is.
to a
Well,
child,
you
know,
talk
to a
child,
teenager.
Talk to a child every day.
Right.
Every day.
But that was a good one. Thank you
Put the damn
for
phones
that
down, y'all.
suggestion.
Put the phones down. Spend time with your kids. And people listening, leave your comments on YouTube. Again, you can follow us on Thomas Gang on Instagram, also on YouTube, other listening platforms, Apple, Spotify, Anchor as well. Was there anything else you want to get into before we get out here?
No, I'm hungry. Let's wrap this up. What you want for dinner?
All right, we can figure that out, man. Thomas Gang Podcast, episode 29, man. We out, man.
All right.